Hello there, welcome to another look at the weekend's weather, a little look to at next week's weather, courtesy netweather.tv. Now there is a sign, and it's an early sign and it's a very uncertain sign, that there could well be some useful rain across the southeastern part of the country during the course of the weekend, more particularly on Sunday. But as I say, it's very uncertain at the moment. We'll firm up on that nearer the time, or rather the Met Office broadcast will. Anyhow, no such sign of rain at the moment. We have low pressure to the west of us and high pressure to the east of us, and the high is migrating in towards Scandinavia at the moment. But actually, due to the fact that there's low pressure over Russia, the winds at the moment are coming in from a more southerly point rather than a cold easterly point, so we are safe from wintry weather, at least for the time being. Now in a few days' time, a low will move in from the west into the United Kingdom and then on into the North Sea. And it's this one that could well give some quite heavy rain in the southeastern part of England. Not only rain, some sleet, or maybe even some wet snow. And then after that's out of the way, a new high cell ridges up from the southwest, links with the one over Scandinavia. And then we perhaps get, for a day or two at least, those easterly winds coming in from the cold continent, although they won't be anywhere near as cold as they might have been several weeks ago. Then later on, I think the high will sink away southwards, or at least lose its influence, and that will allow some quite strong southwesterlies to spread over at least the north of the country, and then perhaps the southeast staying fine and dry near to the ridge of high pressure, but that also is a little bit uncertain. It could well be that the milder southwesterlies spread eventually by the end of the week to the whole country. So if we look at the temperature of the atmosphere, we start off with quite mild air across us. That's the sort of greeny colours, even some orange shading just to the south. But this is going to be squeezed out, first of all by colder air spreading in from the west, and later some colder air spreading in from the east. They both sort of attack us and squeeze out the remains of the warm air. Although from midweek onwards it does look as if milder weather, milder air that is, the sort of yellowy orange colours, will begin to spread back again from the southwest. So the day-to-day forecast for Friday for Scotland and Northern Ireland looks as if the day will start cloudy with light rain. England and Wales, more broken clouds, some local fog and some frost. Now as far as Scotland and Northern Ireland are concerned, very gradually it'll become drier and brighter during the course of the day. And most of the fog will slowly lift from England and Wales, where again it should become a little bit brighter as the day wears on. But some of that fog could persist along the south coast and across the southeast of England, even with a little bit of drizzle. And that means to say it'll feel quite cold in those areas, whereas most parts of the country will be on the mild side. On Saturday, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England will be cloudy with a little bit of rain, and some heavier rain will reach many western parts towards dawn. The central and eastern areas of the country will have again some fog and drizzle to begin with, but that heavier rain reaching the west before dawn will spread on across most parts of the country during the course of the day, followed in turn by clearer weather from the west. And in that clearer weather there will be some showers around, and those showers, particularly in the northwestern corner of the country, will begin to turn wintry. After a quiet and calm start, it will become quite windy too, and again after a fairly mild start, apart from the local fog patches, it will tend to turn colder as the clearer weather arrives. Then we have the big problem. On Sunday, it does look as at the moment, at least the computer models are telling us, that an area of low pressure, a deepening area of low pressure, is going to move up the English Channel. And there'll be some cold air on the top side of that area of low pressure, which means to say that any rain there could perhaps turn to sleet or wet snow. There'll also be some wintry showers in the west and north of Scotland. But again, it's the southeastern corner of the country where the biggest problems are. With a bit of luck, and I say with a bit of luck, there could be some quite heavy rain in the southeast of England, parts of East Anglia, the East Midlands, just where that heavy rain is wanted. But of course there is always a problem that some of that could turn nasty with some sleet or wet snow in it, but we'll wait and see nearer the time. The winds are going to pick up at the same time too, so obviously in that rainy area, with the wind picking up and the cloud and the rain and the sleet, it is going to be a pretty cold day, whereas elsewhere temperatures will be close to normal. Then on Monday, if it has happened, the wet and windy weather will still be affecting some eastern parts of England, still some heavy rain in it too, still a wintry mix perhaps in places, but very gradually the rain will ease away into the North Sea and it'll become brighter and drier from the west, except possibly in the extreme southeast. The more western and northern parts of the country will have some sunny spells and just an odd wintry shower after some early frost. Again, everywhere a rather cold day, particularly in that little southeastern corner. So on Tuesday, the last of that rain and cloud clearing away from the far southeast, and then most parts should have a dry day. There'll be some fog and frost to begin with. After that, it should slowly brighten up. But then a new weather system will bring wind and rain into Scotland and Northern Ireland later on in the day. There could even be some gales picking up there. And everywhere I think it's going to be on the cold side. Then for the middle and latter part of the week, again it's a little bit doubtful. We're not sure how strong the area of high pressure is going to be over Scandinavia. But at the moment it looks as if we'll have what is often the case, a southeast-northwest split, with the southeastern half of the United Kingdom mostly fairly settled, with some fog and frost and mostly bright weather, whereas the northwestern half of the country will be more changeable and have some outbreaks of rain from time to time, interspersed by brighter and somewhat colder weather with some wintry showers. Anyway, as I said, keep tuned for the forecast, especially if you're going to be in the southeastern corner of the country over the weekend, particularly on Sunday. Otherwise, I'll be back with you this time next week, and until then, have a lovely weekend and goodbye for now.